We were so different. He was steady. I was all storm and feeling. We'd argue about facts versus feelings, then share a milkshake with 2 straws. I felt it, that big, huge love for him. It scared me. I kept waiting for the perfect moment to say it, a grand gesture. I thought love was a speech you made, not a thing you just said over dinner. He proposed while we were washing dishes. No ring, no kneeling. My hands were in the soapy water. He was holding a towel. He just stopped and said, "Eleanor, I think we should probably get married. What do you think?" I said yes. Of course I said yes. But I still didn't say those 3 words. I thought, we have a whole life ahead. I'll say it then. We built that life. We had a house. We had 2 children, Michael and Sarah. Robert, he showed his love in how he cared for things. He fixed the step I always tripped on. He warmed my car on cold mornings. He held my hand at every school play, every bad movie, every quiet evening. He was a fortress of quiet action. I filled our home with noise and music and talk. I said everything except I love you. I said, you're my person. I said, what would I do without you? I convinced myself he knew. Then he had a stroke. He was 68. It was a small one, they said, a warning. I sat in that hospital room and watched him sleep, and it hit me like a punch to the chest. I had been saving my I love yous for a special occasion, and time was not a promise. When he woke up, he was groggy. I leaned close. I took his hand. I whispered, I love you, Robert. He smiled a slow, lopsided smile. He whispered back, took you long enough. He was joking, but I wasn't. I felt like I'd failed him. After that, I tried to say it all the time, when he poured my tea, when he fell asleep in his chair. For no reason at all. It felt good to say it. But it also felt like an apology, 30 years too late. He always said, I love you too, Ellie. He said it so easily. That just made my regret worse. Then 5 years ago, we got the real diagnosis. Dementia. It wasn't a goodbye, it was a slow fading away. I watched the man who built things forget how to use a fork. The cruel joke was, now I was finally saying the words, and he was losing the ability to understand them. But there was one afternoon. The sun was coming in low and gold. He was looking out the window. Then he turned to me. His eyes were clear, so clear. He took my hand. He said, Ellie, my Ellie, I have always loved you, since the library. My heart broke right open. I cried. I said, I love you, Robert. I always have. I'm so sorry I didn't say it more. He just patted my hand. Then the clarity left his eyes. That was our last real conversation. After that, he didn't know my name, but he would calm down if I hummed our wedding song. I fed him, I bathed him, I held him. I said I love you every single day. I said it for me, really, to make up for all the days I didn't. Sometimes I'd see a flicker in his eyes. I chose to believe it was him. The morning he died was quiet. I climbed into bed beside him. I put my head on his shoulder. I whispered about the day we met, about our kids, about our life. I whispered, I love you against his skin, over and over, until his breathing just stopped. The silence after was different. It was heavy with all the words I never said when it mattered. So here is my advice. Don't be like me. Don't hoard your love. Go find your person. Look them in the eye. Say it. Say, I love you. Say it when it's easy. Say it when it's hard. Say it now. Your perfect moment is this one. So here is my advice. Don't be like me. Don't hoard your love. Go find your person. Look them in the eye. Say it. Say, I love you. Say it when it's easy. Say it when it's hard. Say it now. Your perfect moment is this one. You see, after that one clear afternoon, the fog came back for good. Robert stopped talking much at all. He'd look at me and I'd see a question in his eyes, like he was trying to place me. That was the hardest part. I was a stranger in my own home, to my own husband. I started humming that song from our wedding dance. The first time I did it, he was getting agitated, fumbling with his shirt buttons. I just started humming, soft and low, and he stopped. He looked at me. He calmed right down. After that, it was our language. When words failed, the melody worked. My days became simple. Feed him, bathe him, sit with him. I'd hold his hand and talk about the kids. I'd tell him Michael got a promotion. I'd say Sarah called. I'd describe the robins in the garden. And every single day I'd say, I love you, Robert. I said it while I helped him eat. I said it when I tucked him in. I said it for me, honestly. It was my penance, my daily prayer. Sometimes I'd catch a flicker in his eyes, a little spark. When I'd kiss his forehead, when I'd put his favorite sweater on him, I'd see it, just for a second. I chose to believe it was him. I had to believe it, that he was still in there, hearing me, that my words, finally free, were reaching him somehow. The morning he left us was a Tuesday. It was very quiet. His breathing was so shallow. I knew. I climbed into that bed like I had for thousands of mornings. I put my head on his shoulder, my old head on his old shoulder. I whispered to him. I told him about the boy with the broken watch. I told him about our wedding day, how it rained. I told him about Michael's first home run, about Sarah's graduation. I talked about the life he built for us, and I whispered, I love you. I said it against his skin. I said it with every breath I had. I said it until his breathing just stopped. The silence that filled the room then, it was different. It wasn't just quiet, it was heavy, it was full of every single I love you I never said in those early years. They were all in that room with me, those unsaid words, a whole chorus of them, and they were too late, and they were too late. That's what broke me. The heaviness wasn't grief, it was regret. I sat in that room with him for a long time. I just held his hand. I kept talking. I told him I was sorry. I told him I was a fool. I said all the words I should have said 50 years earlier, when he could have heard them properly. The house was so quiet after they took him. I walked from room to room. I saw his coffee mug still on the table. I saw his gardening shoes by the back door, and I saw all the empty spaces where I should have spoken. I realized I had spent our whole life giving him love in a language I made up. You're my person, but I never gave him the plain words. I thought my way was more special, more me. It was just cowardice. The hardest moment came a week later. My daughter Sarah was helping me sort his clothes. She held up his favorite cardigan, the gray one. She started crying. She said he was the best dad. He always told us he loved us, every single night. And she looked at me. He told you all the time too, Mom. I heard him. I just nodded. I couldn't speak. Because she was right, he did. He said it every night before bed. Good night, Ellie. I love you. And what did I say back? Good night, Robert, or sleep well. I saved my I love yous like they were diamonds, too precious for a Tuesday night. I thought the feeling was enough. It wasn't. That's when I understood the full cost. I had deprived him all those years. I had given him action and noise and life, but I had withheld the confirmation, the simple human reassurance. Did he lie awake sometimes, wondering, after a silly argument? Did he ever need to hear it just once in a plain way, and I was too proud or too scared to say it? The thought makes me sick. I can't know, and that's the hell of it. I can never know if my silence ever hurt him. I sit here now in our living room. I look at the photos. There's one from our 40th anniversary. We're on the porch swing. He's looking at me, not the camera. He has that quiet smile. I'm laughing at something. I look at that picture and I don't see a perfect love story anymore. I see a man who gave his love freely. And I see a woman who was too busy performing her idea of love to just say it. I loved him with my whole heart, and I failed him with my silence. That's the truth. I have to live with that. I have to live with that. But I don't want you to. That's the whole point of me sitting here telling you this. I was wrong about love. I thought it was a feeling so big it needed a grand stage. I thought saying it too much would make it ordinary. I was a fool. Love isn't a performance. It's a conversation. And for 57 years, I only gave my husband half of that conversation. I gave him the life, the noise, the action. But I withheld the simplest, most direct reply. I love you too. I thought my way was more poetic. It was just selfish. It was fear. Here's what I learned in the heaviest silence I've ever known. Love needs to be spoken. It's not enough to feel it. It's not enough to show it. The words are the bridge between your heart and theirs. They are the confirmation, the reassurance on a bad day, the warmth on a Tuesday. Robert gave me that bridge every single day, and for decades I let him walk across it alone. I waved from my side, busy with my own ideas of what love should look like. I never met him in the middle with the plain, beautiful truth. So my advice, especially to those of you my age who maybe grew up thinking like I did, stop performing. Just be there, in words. The next time your person walks into the room, say it. When they pass you the salt, say it. When they're snoring beside you in the dark, say it. Don't wait for a birthday or an anniversary. Don't save it for a perfect sunset. The perfect moment is the one you're in, right now. It doesn't have to be a big production. It just has to be true. Say it while you're washing the dishes. He heard me best there, I think. You might think, but Eleanor, what if it's too late for me? My Robert is gone. Or maybe your relationship is strained, or the words feel rusty. It's not too late. Maybe you don't have years, but you have now. That's enough. One sincere I love you now is worth more than a lifetime of silent devotion. It's a gift you give them, and it's a gift you give yourself. You free yourself from the terrible weight of regret that I now carry. This silence I sit in teaches me every day. A love spoken is a love completed. And that's why I'm talking to you. If this story, my foolishness and my regret, means anything, let it move you to action. Don't just listen and nod. Go. Put this down. Find your person. It could be your spouse, your child, a friend you've grown old with. Look them in the eye and say it. I love you. Do it now, before your perfect, ordinary moment passes. And if you feel so inclined, help me spread this simple, urgent lesson. If my story resonated with you, please tap that like button. It tells me this matters. Subscribe to this channel if you want to hear more stories about life, love, and the things we learn too late. Turn on notifications so you don't miss them. But more importantly, share this. Share it with someone you love. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe it will be the little push they need to speak their own heart. I'd love to hear from you, truly. In the comments below, tell me, who will you say I love you to today? Just their name or your story? Let's create a chorus of intention, a promise to each other that we won't wait. Your words might inspire someone else to find their courage. And for those who want to go deeper, there's a story submission form linked below. Maybe you have a lesson from your own life, a regret or a joy that could light the way for others. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Finally, if you want to sit with these ideas a little longer, I've heard there's a beautiful book called The Unspoken Language of Love that explores this very thing. It might be a comfort, as it was to me. But before any of that, before you like or subscribe or comment, please just do one thing. Put this down. The screen can wait. Your person can't. Your library moment, your dishwashing moment, your quiet Tuesday moment, it's now. Don't wait. Say it. I love you.